Hello, good evening. Welcome to BlackSpace's Studio Kin info session. My name is Kenyatta McLean. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a founding member and also co-managing director of BlackSpace and really excited to start the evening off just walking through our Studio Kin programming. I'm going to take a second and allow our other team members to just introduce themselves as they will jump in to complete the presentation.
Hi, I'm Sarah Gay. I'm a project manager at BlackSpace. And yeah, happy to have y'all here.
And hi, I am Dominique Williams. I am the program manager of customized learning here at BlackSpace and happy to be here.
Awesome. So jumping right in, we are BlackSpace. We've been around for about 9 years now, as a nonprofit, and we are really focused on a number of different things. We've done gatherings to bring together Black urbanists. We've also hosted workshops to share our manifesto. We created a manifesto with 14 different design principles, and we also host, or sometimes we also do our projects, neighborhood strategy projects. And so those are all focused around us wanting to create a present and future where Black people, Black spaces, and Black culture matter and thrive. We love the idea of using our manifesto to really allow us to ground ourselves around our 14 different principles that really give us a great idea of how to reflect on the work that we've done and also how to keep an abundant mindset with thinking about urbanism, Black communities as we have moved forward. And so in 2023, we took a moment of reflection due to our 9 years of experience and being able to witness and see that a lot of folks in our community were starting to take the jump of starting their own studios or beginning to do freelance work. And so we took that year to do events, have surveys, and also host some interviews. And we heard some great data points from that. So we heard that a lot of people were craving mentorship and also seeking support with their product and service design in for their different urbanist ventures. We know that we have what it takes to support people in this way because over the 9 years, we've done a lot of work to create tools, products, and services that support Black spaces. We also know that there's a number of Black spaces in the US, including 1,036 US zip codes that are majority Black. And so we see a lot of opportunity in these Black spaces. And also we see opportunity as we keep moving through the presentation, we see opportunity in planning, designing, and building public spaces, and making sure that the folks doing that work really reflect their surrounding communities. It's been really important for Black Space to make sure that we're not parachuting into communities, but more invited in. And that has really helped us, helped ground us and help us get to know a lot of Black urbanists nationally, in New York, in Oklahoma, in Indianapolis, and also in Chicago. And so a data point that's important to always kind of bring up and think about how we can impact is the fact that there's 14% of Black people in the US. But when we look at that community broken down into who's impacting and doing the planning, the building, and designing that we're so interested in, we see that we have small shares of each of these pies. And it's really important in Black space that to create the present and future that we want to see, we know that we want to impact and grow these numbers. But we also know that even though these percentages might be small, when we flip our mindset to abundant thinking, the raw numbers of these folks are a great number of people that are ready to do work and to really ready to build capacities of Black spaces. So we see entrepreneurship, the space between entrepreneurship and urbanism, as a beautiful place to really strengthen the creative autonomy of local urbanists in a way to invite and increase the amount of Black people that are urbanists and also are creating and building, planning, designing Black spaces. And so we created Studio Kin, which is our new accelerator program that we're very excited about and very excited for folks to apply to. And so Studio Kin is focused around creating space, creating capacity for newly founded urbanist ventures. We're going to talk a little bit more about some of Dominique and Sarah will both talk a little bit more about the details of the program, but I just wanted to kind of give people an introduction to the fact this will be a biannual accelerator because we really want to make sure that we can dig deep with folks for about 8 to 10 existing ventures for about 12 months. And those folks will be focused on spatial change in Black communities. And they will really be our way of contributing to improving Black public space for the next few years. We see that as us investing in urbanist ventures. So once again, my name's Kenyatta. I'm very excited for you all to hear more about application and also the program details. But in general, excited for this new direction for Black Space and for Studio Kin to be out and public.
Um, Thanks, Kenyatta. So I'll quickly go through our application timeline. It opened November 12th, and today we're having an info session so we can hear all your questions and figure out how to support the application process. The applications are due January 12th, and between February and March, we'll be selecting the cohort. Um, Between March and April would be onboarding the cohort, and the cohort would be announced May 3rd during our collective convening in Oklahoma. So quickly to go through the requirements for applicants. One is that the applicants must be an urbanist venture. That means that the providing a place-based solution benefiting residents, businesses, and community members. These are ventures that are in sectors such as architecture, landscape design, historic preservation, public art, and the likes. The venture must be legally established and operating within our cousin network, which includes Chicago, New York, Indianapolis, and for Oklahoma, we include the whole state. Um, oh. And other requirements are that the venture must be established within the past 3 to 5 years and have one product or service that's viable and introduced into market. Ventures must be aligned with the BlackSpace vision and mission, which Kenyatta talked about previously. And ventures must be able to identify a leadership representative who demonstrates strong familiarity with the Black lived experience through three products or services. This should be reflected in their resume and through the application. In terms of expectations, once you're with it, when the cohort is showing up, and that means attending all our gatherings and coaching sessions, being strategic, so reviewing agendas and completing any prep work required, fostering care, so contributing to our pre and post survey, and just partnering with your staff to ensure you carry out your ideas. And then speaking our name, so just acknowledging that you're an ambassador for Studio Kin and conducting yourself in that way. And in terms of what you get from the program is that we would have marketing footage that you can use throughout your social media, at least 5,000 of a micro grant for your organization, and a chance to win up to $15,000 in cash and in-kind prizes from the 2026 pitch competition, which would be at our next collective convening. So not, yeah, in 2026. And then opportunities to build network, and then access to the Studio Kin alum services, which will be piloted in 2026. The leadership representative will get leadership and coaching through in-person programming and numerous network opportunities. And I'll now pass it to Dominique, who will talk about our program.
Yes, thank you, Sarah. So the program implementation is it's 12 months of hybrid programming, which will include business development workshops. Those some of those will be virtual and in person. Service and product development coaching. This also falls under stuff that would be virtual and in person, whether that be sessions or coaching within your team with your mentors. There'll also be community building, which is through a national weekend intensive that's in person and local community gatherings, which are in person. There will be a philanthropic micro grant for businesses, as well as a pitch event at the end, which will be in 2026, and that will have cash and in-kind prizes as well. The program is sort of as follows. So the Studio Kin Toolkit, which is comprised of a curriculum, has 4 modules. The first one being strategic organizational foundations, second, product and service development, third, marketing and promotion, and fourth, fundraising skills for both for-profit and nonprofit ventures. This will also include access to our coaching community of facilitators, instructors, and mentors, as well as peer-to-peer review and networking, which could go for your pitch idea, pitch crit, that type of stuff. The perspective program timeline for 2025, and I just want to emphasize perspective. This is subject to change, but this is what we're going with right now. So March and April will be onboarding. That will be virtual, and this will include recording the Meet the Cohort video. In May, we will have collective convening in person in Oklahoma City from May 2nd to the 4th. The first curriculum session, and then a travel subsidy will be provided. June, there will be a cohort pre-assessment that'll be virtual, as well as a virtual curriculum session. July through August, we'll have 2 curriculum sessions that'll be virtual. September, we have the weekend intensive, which is in person. Travel and accommodations will be provided for that. And October through November will be the final 2 curriculum sessions. So this is where the bulk of the heavy learning will be done for the program. And then in the new year, so in 2026, January through March will be independent work and assignments. So this will be peer-to-peer reflection, that'll be virtual, and then a local pitch crit with community members and cousin group that'll be in person. April, there'll be offboarding, which will be virtual, and then May, we'll have the 2026 collective convening, which will be in person. That'll have the final pitch night, the cohort post-assessment, and travel and accommodation will be provided for that as well.